Narcissists love to test you over and over and over again. Dig, 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 dig. What are the 9 top ways that narcissists love to test you the most? In this video, I'm going to go through them one to the next because it is so important for you to know that when you go to negotiate with them. You're not going to want to miss this. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a narcissist negotiation expert. I'm also an attorney, and on this channel and in these videos, I teach you how to go from drama, trauma, and chaos to step into lives of freedom, possibility, and purpose. I've helped thousands and thousands of people do the same thing. And if you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you can escape from that toxic relationship as well. And if you're coming back, welcome back. Welcome back to this community. I'm so glad that you are here. We love to empower ourselves by understanding what is going on with narcissists. You can do the same thing. By having that knowledge, you can start to create strategies, start to create that leverage, start to anticipate what's going on with narcissists and have that mindset, that Y in slay, and become the most powerful version of yourself. Let's discuss the 9 ways that narcissists test you so that you can start to shift that dynamic in dealing with narcissists and start to, what I call, course correct, start to turn that ship around so that instead of being constantly on the defensive, you can start to actually be on the offensive when you're dealing with narcissists. All of this is in my brand new book, Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And if you haven't gotten that, make sure you go to slaythebullybook.com, get your copy right now, and get your free masterclass, your free workbook, and get behind the scenes insider look in my Facebook group, all kinds of really cool things. So make sure you do that too. First way that narcissists test you is gaslighting. Of course, gaslighting, a way to make you think that you're crazy, a way to destabilize you. It's a psychological game, a manipulation game that narcissists play to make you doubt your reality. You recall a promise that they made and they say, no, I never promised that. You confront them about a hurtful remark and they say, oh, I was just joking. Can't you take a joke? You know, you're so sensitive. Those kinds of things over and over and over again. That's all a form of gaslighting. So that is the number 1 way that a narcissist loves to test you. And all narcissists engage in gaslighting. Every single kind, whether it's covert, overt, whatever kind of narcissist you're dealing with, they all love to do it. Period. Number 2 is the silent treatment, cold, isolating experience. You're just all of a sudden, you are in Siberia somewhere. You are invisible. Such a psychological game that they play. And it plays games with the dopamine levels in your brain, the cocaine levels in your brain. It's not a nice thing. It just shows the level of their character as well. If you're dealing with somebody who's like that, it just says a whole lot about them and not about you. So that's number 2. Number 3 is shifting blame. Shifting blame is a classic move, and it's a way for them to avoid accountability. Everything gets turned around. Everything is your fault. Projection and deflection is one of the things that I say that narcissists love to do, and it's the number 1 way that they avoid accountability. And they make so much noise around the fact that it's your fault. So, and sometimes they just bring something up from the past, or they just lie about you, and they lie about you to marriage counselors, to other people. And especially if you are trying to bring up something about them, then they just make it all about you and try to make you be the worst one that's so much worse than they ever were. And that way they end up avoiding accountability altogether. It's your fault or somebody else's fault. It's never about them. Projection and deflection. If you guys have seen any of this so far, give me an amen in the comments. Amen. You know this is true so far. Absolutely. They just test you. And you're supposed to be the patient one. If you bring it up, then you're awful, you're a bitch, you weren't understanding, right? Which leads me to number four, which is playing the victim. Instead of accountability, everything gets turned around on you because you weren't the understanding one. I've so seen this before. You know how much stress that I've been under. You know that I've been dealing with the fact that I'm sick. You know that I've been dealing with the fact that my aunt died, my mom died, the dog died. Everything gets turned around on to the other person, and they somehow end up being the victim in everything. And then somehow the other person ends up being the one who is comforting the other person somehow. It's kind of this crazy game of manipulation and mental testing, but that's what ends up happening in this thing. If you're dealing with this and you need extra support, make sure you join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung, because you're going to need that extra help and support. For sure. If you need therapy, I do have a sponsor on this channel, which is BetterHelp, and you can go to betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung to get that additional help and support that you need. Because it is a sponsor on this channel, we receive commissions on that. You don't pay any extra. We just want to make sure that you get access to help and support that's something that you can trust, okay? Get the help and support that you need. For sure. All right. Next is love bombing. After they've ghosted you, they've played the silent treatment, played the victim, the whole thing. Now you're like, ready. That's it. I can't take it anymore. I'm done with this. I'm so exhausted. I'm drained. I'm mentally and physically drained. I'm like disgusted. I'm done. What do? They come back. They start love bombing you again. I'll do everything you want. You know how amazing I think that you are. You know how good we are. You're so beautiful, handsome, brilliant, loving, whatever it is. They use it again. So either it's early in the relationship, but they also come back and use it mid-relationship if they need to. I've seen this in a professional setting as well. They know the things that they're supposed to be doing. If they sense that you are pulling back and you're not going to want to be in this thing anymore, all of a sudden you see the surge of them doing all the things that they were supposed to be doing in the first place. They start flooding you with all of this affection, making you sort of crave that, and you go, well, okay, well, maybe things are getting better, maybe things are looking up, but then you start to realize, oh no, it's back to what it was in the first place. But it's just enough to make you cling on and hold on, and there you are, you're stuck in this cycle once again. So that's love bombing. So number 6 is triangulation, also known as those famous flying monkeys. So what they do is they talk to other people, they line up these other people, and it creates that triangle of tension where it's, you think that it's everybody else against you. And so that you're the crazy one, you're the only one who is this person, right? So it's just to undermine you, undermine your feelings, undermine your thoughts. It's like a form of gaslighting as well, is what it is. So number 7 is projecting their insecurities onto you. They'll make it seem like you're the one they can't trust. You're not trustworthy. I can't trust you. Why are you going out like that? I can't trust you. So they accuse you of being unfaithful. They accuse you of doing things that you shouldn't be doing. Why are you looking at that person? They accuse you of being flirtatious, all these sort of things that you would never do. But it's really the things that they are doing. They often say that you have to listen to what a narcissist is actually saying because it's actually confessions. So a lot of times you got to be careful of what they're actually saying, because projecting their insecurities is sometimes what it is that they're actually confessing to. Number 8 is testing your boundaries. It's like seeing how far they can push you. I often say that a narcissist relationship is push, pull, constant. It's like that's why you're just so exhausted and so energy depleted all the time. They constantly say it's energy vampire. Before I even had the language myself, myself, I used to say that it was like a leech, you know, being with a narcissist was like a leech. They're just sucking the energy out of you constantly. I remember somebody telling me one time that their boyfriend or whoever it was, their significant other, they were at a picnic and their boyfriend said, "Oh, none for her. She's on a diet." And she wasn't even on a diet, you know, it was like his like little dig at her about her weight, jokingly insult you in public, gradually escalating their jibes to see what they can get away with, like testing your boundaries, constantly testing your boundaries, continually invading your personal space, looking at your email, looking at your text messages, dismissing it as not a big deal when confronted, no remorse whatsoever. So that is number 8. We are now down to number 9, and this one is what they do. And what it is withholding affection. What it looks like in a professional situation is just sort of being passive aggressive. Warm one day, cold the next. Hot, cold, hot, cold. After a week of closeness, distant. Week of nice, distant. Very affectionate, nice, good, withhold. You just like almost like you have to earn it. You have to earn them being good to you. And that is what they do, what they do, what they do. It's hot, cold. It's never even. That's what they do. Withholding affection is a roller coaster, warm one day, cold the next. It's one of the biggest ways that narcissists test you. And it's that push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. I know you guys have seen this. So if this was helpful to you, I want to make sure that you like this video, that you share this video, because I know that if it was helpful for you, that it will be helpful for others. And we want to make sure that we get this out there so that it can help as many other people as possible. So like it, share it. And if you haven't gotten my book, make sure you do that now, slaythebullybook.com. And if you need phrases for disarming narcissists, make sure you get those at disarmthenarc.com. Phrases for disarming narcissists. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that now. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. The next video that I want you to watch is how to cope with narcissists, self-care for coping with narcissists. Because if you are dealing with a narcissist, you're going to need some help in caring for yourself, self-care to cope with narcissists. So I will see you in that next video, self-care to cope with narcissists. And remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. So I'll see you in that next video. Remember that you can win. They only win if you give in. All right. So I'll see you in that next video.